I'm here, you're here, and the neighbors are making noise. So that can only mean one thing. It's time to paint. Today I'm going to try my first ever cup flip. I've got my colors all pre-mixed, 1 part paint, 1 part Elmer's glue all. And we're going to start, oh yes, and water, just add water until you get the consistency of melted ice cream. So, I've got my pre-poured white paint in here, which I'm going to slosh on here just to make the record that I have laid down here a little bit easier to pour onto so that paint will spread out. My colors today are dark blue, a very light teal, or no, light blue, medium turquoise, and olive green. Now I got this color by, there's the consistency you want, okay? And I got this olive green color by mixing just a little tiny bit of black with my yellow. Okay, so this is my first time, so I'm going to just go off what I've watched other people doing and see if I can do it. And hopefully my neighbors will talk all the way through the video, because it wouldn't be the talking neighbor show without the noisy talking neighbor show without the noisy talking neighbors. There he goes. Good job. Okay, so I'm going to start with a little tiny bit of white on the bottom. I'm going to add in my dark blue. Oops, I had a lump in there. Not sure what that was. That can't be good. Okay, here's my light blue. You see all this? My turquoise. And my olive green is last. Okay. Here we go, my very first one. Please don't be vicious with me if it doesn't turn out. I'm just learning. I think I'm going to swish this around a little bit. Give you a bit of a second here to listen to my neighbors. They're Mexican. I'm not sure if that makes a difference, why they're so noisy or not, but if they're not partying, they're yelling. That's my neighbors for you. Alright, so that's ready to go. Yikes. I'm nervous. Alright, I'm going to take my record. I'm going to put it on top. See, you can see I've got the regular record on the bottom. The other side was painted 1 layer of plain acrylic white first. And here we go. We're going to flip over the cup. I've got oodles of paint on there. So I might even try giving it a spin, depending on how it looks. I also don't have silicone added yet. I am going to start doing paintings with silicone, but so far, since I'm still a new channel, I'm just doing the super basics, so you can do them with your kids, and you probably have, if you have kids, you probably have half this stuff at home. And if you want it super kid-friendly, you can always, ooh, I got a lot of paint on there. If you want it super kid-friendly, just use tempera paint. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it T-E-M-P-U-R-A, and that'll be completely non-toxic. So after you have your cup poured out, you just whoosh it around. Today's word, whoosh. You whoosh it around slowly on your canvas or whatever it is you're using to paint on. And make sure you don't leave it super thick. You want it to kind of drip off the edges. Oh, there's that blob. Remember I told you I had a blob come out? Don't know how that got in there, but there it goes. And remember, when you start tipping it, you're going to lose whatever side you're tipping. You're going to lose that part. You're going to lose that bit of paint that you had there, because it's going to start dripping off the edges. So if you like a part of your painting, like I kind of like this bit, then try to keep it on by just doing a light tilt so that you can get up to the edges. Tilting, tilting. I'm not getting much play happening here because I've got nothing in there to make cells. And cells are what makes these paintings really gorgeous. I'm going to try something here. I'm just going to put a couple flecks of white on top because I don't seem to have any over on this side. I do like how it looks. I just want a little bit more variation. So I'm going to do a couple small drops of white over here while the paint's still super runny. That might give me the look of cells even when I don't have them. Let's see. I'm going to keep, actually the olive green, I'm going to do a few of those dots as well. You do your painting however you like until it turns out how you want it. But if you keep tilting it and tilting it, you will end up having most of your colors run together, and they won't come out exactly how you want it. It'll be really muddy. Oh, you can't see, can you? See how the paint just sort of moves around your canvas? This green bit here is causing me a bit of stress. This is not a true acrylic pour. Like I said, this is because I'm putting spots on it. Normally you would add silicone or argan oil or something to it in order to create cells, and I'm just trying to cheat because I don't have that yet. I have to go out and get some. And I'm just trying to create my own cells by kind of cheating and putting little drops of paint throughout the painting, so that you still get the effect. This is actually a good idea when you have kids, because if you don't want to use any type of oils or you don't have them around the house, this is your cheap way to make it look like you have cells. And what I'll do is it'll always dry a little bit different than how it looks wet. So once it's dry, I'll put a picture up at the very end and you can see how it turned out. So I think we're getting near the end. The paint is starting to get a bit muddy. Oops. Just do this a little bit here to mash this up. Got a lot of paint going on here. Yeah, I definitely want to use some type of oil on the next one because I'm not getting the look exactly how I want. But I'll wait till it dries and then I'll see how it turned out. Maybe one more little white bit here, a little white cheat. Ooh, it's getting slippery. I wonder what happens if I spin it. I'm on my spinner. Now, does that make it super mushy? Makes it kind of mushy. Better not do that again. It blends the colors a bit too much. Just trying to get a little bit of that white off the edge. As I poured in too much. Let's get a little light blue in the center there. You see? Get rid of this little problem zone that I got going on here. There we go. That's much better. All right. So this is soaking wet. Oops, it's going to drip down. But that's how it looks today when it's still wet. And I'll come back and let you know how my first ever cut pour worked out when it's dry. Hopefully it turns out okay, and I'll definitely try it again and with some different colors, and I'll try to get some, I might do one more with different colors with no silicone, and then I'm going to go to see if I can find some either silicone or argan oil. Okay, thanks guys. See you next time on Chula Lou. Remember, if you don't like this one, you might like the next one. Bye.